हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू यूट्यूब चैनल ऑफ सिविल पंडा। काफी दिनों से हम सोच रहे थे कि इंग्लिश मीडियम कैटेगरी में एमपीपीएससी प्रीलिम्स के लिए क्या कुछ वॉइड है मार्केट में, क्या कुछ मिसिंग है यूट्यूब वीडियोस में। तो हमने सोचा क्या वो है ही इंग्लिश मीडियम एमसीक्यूज स्पेशली एक्सक्लूसिवली फॉर इंग्लिश मीडियम फॉर एमपीपीएससी प्रीलिम्स। देयर इज अ वॉइड और देयर इज अ lack of quality questions in all the videos. So today here we are going to discuss MCQs based on unit 10 exclusively in English, and let's get started. All right, here we go. Now, question number 1. In the removal of which of the following officials does the parliament does not play any role? इनमें से दिए हुए किस ऑप्शंस में से इनको रिमूव करने का ऑफ दीज ऑफिशियल्स पार्लियामेंट का कोई रोल नहीं है? जजेस ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट, जजेस ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, चेयरमैन ऑफ यूनियन पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशंस, कंट्रोलर एंड ऑडिटर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया. I'm giving you 5 seconds to think about it. In the removal of which of the following officials does the parliament does not play any role? Judges of High Court, judges of Supreme Court, chairman of UPSC, comptroller and auditor general of India. Only 1 and 2nd, only 3rd and 4th, only 1, 2 and 3, or only 3. Well, the right answer is only 3. Yes, in the removal of chairman of UPSC members, Parliament does not play any role. Now, next question. Which of the following is not a function of Union Public Service Commission? Which of the following is not a function of UPSC? A. Conduct examinations for appointment to the services of the Union. B. Consultation on all disciplinary matters. C. Method of recruitment. D. Manner of reservation. Now, let me tell you something here. Yes, conduct of examination for appointments. This is the function of UPSC. Consultation on all the disciplinary matters regarding UPSC civil servants. Yes, it is the function of UPSC. Method of recruitment itself. Yes, it is. But manner of reservation is something that UPSC does not deals with. So the right answer is D. It is not the function of UPSC. Now, next. Choose the correct alternative. The chairman of a joint public service commission. Yes, the chairman of a joint public service commission for 2 or more states is appointed by option A, the governor of the largest state. Option B, the president of India. Option C, a committee of governors of all the states concerned. Option D, the president of India on the recommendation of governor concerned. Now, you might be confused with 2 options here. The president of India and the president of India on the recommendation of governors concerned. You can easily eliminate this and this. Now, whenever there is president of India in the option only, that is the right answer. So the correct answer to this is the president of India. Yes, it appoints the chairman of Joint Public Service Commission. Moving on to next question. Question number 4. Which of the following statements about All India Service is correct? Yes, I'm talking about All India Services, as you all know, under Article 312. Your statements are: the All India Service may be created by an act of Parliament. Number B, the endorsement of Rajya Sabha is not essential for the creation of All India Services. The rules of recruitment to All India Services are determined by UPSC. The conditions of service to All India Service may be altered by the UPSC. Which one of the following statement about All India Service is correct? The correct option is option A. All India Service may be created by an act of Parliament. Now, why these options are wrong? Let me tell you. The endorsement of Rajya Sabha is not essential, which is very, very, very wrong. Because one fact that you must not forget is that for the creation of All India Service, it is Rajya Sabha who takes the prerogative by passing the resolution more than 2/3 of the majority that yes, their need has arises in India for next All India Services. Currently, we have 3 prestigious All India Services, that is IAS, Indian Administrative Services, IPS and IFS, Indian Forest Service. Now, moving on to next question. Now, question number 5. In which report of the second Administrative Reforms Commission the barriers of good governance in India have been identified? Now, let me tell you something. This is a very important question. When you study ethics for your MPPSC or for UPSC, second ARC report is something that you need to read the crux of it in order to supplement your answers and to get better idea about the ethics in the governance in India. Under that report, you will find variety of reports titled Ethics in Governance, Citizen-Centric Administration, Promoting E-Governance, Local Governance. So the question asks you, in which of the following report the ARC has outlined the barriers of good governance in India? Well, the correct answer to the question is option B. Citizen-Centric Administration, the heart of governance. Now, moving on to next question. Now, let us discuss question number 6. Which among the following is true regarding the composition of UPSC, Union Public Service Commission? Read the options very carefully. There should be 10 members. There should be 10 members in the commission, including the chairman of the commission. At least half of the members should have held a government office for at least 10 years, either in the state or at central level. Option C. The members of the commission should be at least to be graduate from recognized university, both second and third, that is B and C. Now let me tell you something. As such, no qualification is mentioned in the constitution for the composition of UPSC that member should have been graduate or something like that. There is no recommendation. There is nothing in the constitution. The correct answer to this question is option B. At least half of the members should have held government office for at least 10 years, either under state or central government. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 7. Which of the following is our function of UPSC? It is consulted on all the matters relating to the methods of recruitment to the civil services and for civil posts. It assists states in framing and operating schemes for joint recruitment of any services for which candidate possessing specific qualifications are required. Option C. It consulted as a respect how any provisions referred to in clause 4 of the Article 16 which effect may be given to provision of Article 335. Now carefully understand this question, what this question is saying. Now if you closely look, the option 3rd, it is consulted as respects how any provision referred to in clause 4 of Article 16. Now Article 16 clause 4 deals with the matter of reservation. In the very first question, I have told you that UPSC has nothing to do with reservation. That is why option is framed this way to give you idea how tricky that sometimes questions get. It is denoting to the concept of reservation. UPSC has nothing to do with reservation. So option 3 is not correct. Now eliminate. B is not right, C is not right, D is not right, and here is your answer, 1 and 2 only. Now moving on to next question. Question number 8. Sorry. Now, Union Public Service Commission may agree to serve the needs of the state. UPSC मान जाएगा, चलो भाई तुम्हारी मदद कर देते हैं राज्यों की, स्टेट्स की, कब? On the request of Election Commission with approval of the President. अब ये Election Commission कहाँ से आ गया? ठीक है, not right. On request of the Governor with approval of Prime Minister. On request of the Governor with approval of the President. On request of the Chief Minister with the approval of Prime Minister. Let's not directly jump into the answer. Option D. Now option B and C somewhere seems reasonable, but the correct option is option D. Sorry, option C. On the request of Governor with the approval of President. Prime Minister has nothing to do with, though governor is appointed by the central government, by the president on the recommendation of Prime Minister. But option C is your right answer. That UPSC may agree to serve the needs of the state on the request of governor with the approval of president. Moving on to next one. Now, question number 9. What are the grounds in which chairman of UPSC be removed? What are the grounds on which member or chairman of UPSC be removed? If he is an adjudged insolvent. Second, infirmity of body or mind. Third, holding the office of profit. Or fourth, proven misbehavior. The correct option to this is, yes, option D. All of the above statements are correct. What are the grounds on which, and remember this is very important question which can be asked in your this prelims as well. As far as the previous year question analysis goes, it is a potential question for you also. Keep remember the grounds for the removal. If he is an adjudged insolvent, infirmity of body and mind, holding the office of profit, misbehavior. All of the above options are correct. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 10. What is the tenure of office of the chairman of UPSC? What is the tenure of office of the chairman of UPSC? Option 1. The chairman can hold office up to an age of 65 years. The chairman can hold office for a period of 6 years, either 1 or 2, whichever is earlier. Option D. The chairman holds office for a period of 5 years, irrespective of his her age. Now, if you have seriously studied Unit 10 or UPSC, then I'm assuming that you can easily eliminate option D. This is not the right answer. Now, how you learn it? UPSC chairman 665. This is the method we learned, 665. Now, yes, he can hold office up to an age of 65 years or up to for a period of 6 years. Either 1 or 2, whichever is earlier. So the correct option to the question is option C. He holds office for a tenure of 6 years, or if he assumes the age of 65 years, either 1 or 2. दोनों में से कुछ जो भी पहले आ गया, that will be considered. Now, moving on to next question. I hope you guys are liking the levels of the question and the quality of the question. We'll be bringing more MCQs, more PDFs for different subjects across the units for your MPPSC prelims. So stay tuned. Yes. Next question. If a political party, this is an important question, you should remember it. If a political party is treated as recognized political party in dash or more states, it shall be known as national party throughout the whole of India. किसी भी इलेक्शन में किसी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को नेशनल पार्टी कब बोलेंगे? जब वो इतने या इतने से ज्यादा स्टेट्स में क्या हो जाए? It shall be known as national party for the whole of India. What is the right answer? If a political party is treated as recognized political party in dash or more states, it shall be known as national party. The correct answer to the question is option 4, A. If a political party is treated as recognized political party in 4 or more states, it shall be known as national party throughout the whole of India. All right. Moving on to next question. Question number 12 on your screens. Now, ये assertion or reasoning वाले question sometimes are very tricky, so focus on that. Given below are 2 statements. All right. Assertion and reason. Now, model code of conduct. Model code of conduct is to be followed by political parties as soon as an election is announced. Reason. Model code of conduct was enacted by Parliament. Model code of conduct is to be followed by political parties as soon as an election is announced. Reason. Model code of conduct was enacted by Parliament. What is the right answer? Both A and R are true. R is correct explanation of A. A and R are true. R is not correct explanation of A. A is true. R is false. A is false. R is true. What is the right answer? I'm giving you 5 seconds to think about it. भैया मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट फॉलो करती हैं पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट को कौन लाता है? पार्लियामेंट। अब रीजन बोले तो मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज इसीलिए फॉलो करती हैं क्योंकि उसको पार्लियामेंट ने इनेक्ट किया है। द करेक्ट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज both A and R are true, but R is not correct explanation of. Now let me tell you something about model code of conduct. The moment Election Commission of India or Election Commission announces the schedule for the election, model code of conduct applies. Now, for the first time, it was applied in Kerala during Kerala elections in 1960. From there, the Parliament made an act. Then the model code of conduct became a thing of reason. Model code of conduct is necessary. Why it is necessary? Why Election Commission asks political parties to follow model code of conduct? Because it is his duty to conduct free and fair elections. Now, moving on to next question. All right. The National Human Rights Commission consists of how many members? NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, consists of how many members? Option A 4 members, option B 5 members, option C 6 members, option D 7 members. Now listen carefully. NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, have a chairman and 5 other members. That gives us 5 plus 1, that is 6 members. The correct answer is 6. Now sometimes we get confused about 7. There are 7 members. Now let me tell you something. Apart from these 6 members, one chairman, 5 other members, there are 7 deemed members of NHRC. 7 deemed members, ex officio members from different commissions, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, Scheduled Castes, Women, Child Protection, etc. So there are 7 deemed members. Otherwise, if I ask, if the question comes, National Human Rights Commission consists of how many members? Chairman plus 5 members. Your answer will be 6 members. Now, moving on to next question. All right. Question number 14. The Central Information Commission has been constituted under which article? The Central Information Commission has been constituted under which article? Article 19, clause 1, subclause A, Article 21, Article 22, D, both A and B. The correct answer to the question is Article 19, clause 1, subclause A. It is our right. It is our right to know about the government activities. The transparency that Right to Information Act 2005 offers. What is in a democracy? It is essential that people are powerful. How people are powerful? How citizens will know that what government is doing, from where the funds are coming, what government is up to, is by accessing the information. And Right to Information Act is there. So Article 19, clause 1, subclause A. Under this article, Central Information Commission has been constituted. Moving on to next question. Who accorded the same status as deputy chairman? Who accorded the same status as deputy chairman of the Scheduled Castes Commission? Now you all know that there is a chairman in National Scheduled Caste Commission. But who of the following is accorded the status of deputy chairman? You may think it is the cabinet minister of the state. You may think it is minister of the state. You may think it is secretary of the state. But let me tell you, the correct answer to the question is none of these. No one is accorded the same status as deputy chairman of the scheduled caste among the following options. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 16. Salaries, allowances of members of the UPSC are weighted on the Consolidated Fund of India under the provision of UPSC. Now let me tell you a quick fact. In Indian Constitution, in part 14, it deals with Public Service Commission from Article 312 to 323. Now, salaries, allowance of the members of UPSC are weighted on Consolidated Fund of India under which article? Is it option A, Article 321, option B, Article 322, option C, 323, option D, 324? The correct answer is Article 320. under Article 322, salaries allowances of members of UPSC are weighted on Consolidated Fund of India. Now, moving on to next question. Now, to whom does the National Commission for Women submits its report? To whom does National Commission for Women submits its report? President, Parliament, Central Government, or Women and Child Ministry? To whom does the National Commission for Women submit its report every year? Now let me tell you something. National Commission for Women gives its report to central government. It gives its report to central government. Then central government is obliged to put that report in front of Parliament. National Commission for Women submits its report to central government, then central government is liable to submit or to table that report in front of the Parliament. Now, moving on to next question. I hope this session is helping you to catch up all your revisions that you guys require, because revision is the key. Now, question number 18. In which election of the Constitution 1/3 of the reservation has been provided to the women? Very good question. I'm saying that very good question to me only. All right. In which election of the Constitution 1/3 of the reservation has been provided to the women? Is it Lok Sabha elections? Is it Rajya Sabha elections, in state legislature, or option D, local bodies? As you might have guessed, the correct answer is local bodies. Now let me tell you something. It's a matter of discussion. Discuss among yourselves. Why there is a so low representation of women in the member of parliament, in Parliament of India, in state legislatures? Why? What is the reason? Is it criminalization of politics or politicization of criminals? Is it about social norms? Is it about society? Is it about patriarchal mindset that majority of the women are not getting tickets? Discuss these things. Then why in local bodies? Then why in local bodies suddenly we are talking about 1/3 reservation? Why not in Parliament and Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? Think about it. Now, moving on to next questions. The NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, cannot investigate such cases which are of how many years before the incident took place? अब ऐसा है कि तुम्हारे छोटे भाई ने तुमको मार दिया और फिर तुम 1 साल बाद जाके पापा को बता रहे हो कि पापा ऐसा है, पिछले साल को इसी तारीख को उसने मेरा सर फोड़ दिया था. तो नहीं कर सकते, तुरंत एक दिन बाद जाके बताओ, तुरंत उस दिन बताओ तो फिर घमासान युद्ध होगा. अब 1 साल बाद जाके बताओगे तो कहाँ से होगा? सिमिलर लॉजिक अप्लाइज हियर. वो समझाने के लिए मैंने एनालॉजी बनाई है. डोंट टेक इट सीरियसली. ऑलराइट, दिस इज मच serious issue as compared to your younger brother. Alright, NHRC cannot investigate such cases which are of how many years before the incident took place? That is 1 year. If any incident is 1 year old, NHRC cannot investigate into that cases. Please remember, it is a very good question again indeed. Alright. Now, question number 20. The NHRC, while investigating complaints under this act, has the power of which court? Very good question. The NHRC, while investigating complaints under the act, has the power of which court? Civil court, criminal court, both A and B, none of the above. Now let me tell you something. NHRC, while investigating any complaint, can ask any court for any documents or any public office that imburse me this document, or can summon anyone in the court. So in this scenario, while investigating the matter, the NHRC has all the powers of civil court. Always remember. Now, moving on to next question. When was the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, established? CBI is there is a very famous what we can say, an object or a bird has been assigned or a situation has been assigned to CBI. Supreme Court in a particular case called CBI as caged parrot. Now, why it is a caged parrot? Is it really a caged parrot? Why we are referring to it as caged parrot? Topic of some other day. It was established 1st April 1963, 11th February 1964, 12th February 1964, 2nd April 1963. What is the right answer? The correct answer to the question is option A. Congratulations to those who have guessed it right. If not, study. There's nothing you can do about it apart from studying. When was the Central Bureau of Investigation established? 1st of April 1963. All right. Moving on to next question. Now you कह सकते हो सर अगला क्वेश्चन ये क्या क्वेश्चन बना दिया आपने, लेकिन सोचा जाए तो लॉजिकल क्वेश्चन है, बन सकता है, क्यों नहीं बन सकता. MPPSC was constituted by which among the following president? क्वेश्चन को फ्रेम करने में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो गया है. एक्चुअली इस क्वेश्चन को इस तरह होना चाहिए था कि when MPPSC was constituted, who was the president of India? Then you might have guessed it right. But this way question also fulfills its demands. At least at the end purpose ये है कि you should know क्या था, क्या कैसे था. सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन, डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद, जाकिर हुसैन, वीवी गिरी. अब ये पता करना है तो तुमको पता होना चाहिए कि MPPSC बना कब था. कब बना था MPPSC? 1956. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. What is the date? November 1956. Who was the president? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. That is your correct answer. All right. Moving on to next question. Question number 23. Which committee recommended that the voting ID, voting photo identity, voter ID जो आज आपके सबके पास है या नहीं भी किसी के पास, तो बनवाओ, बिकॉज वोट तुम्हारा अधिकार है. वोट नहीं दे रहे हो तो डेमोक्रेसी. It is also a topic of debate. Those who do not give their vote and say it is a waste of time, and then they criticize the government. Government is doing this, government is doing that. There is a very famous saying that Socrates said once, or Plato, I don't know, Plato or Socrates में से कोई एक है. A man who is not taking part of governance of his own country is a madman. Then you don't have any right to criticize the government if you are not taking part in the governance. So through vote, it is a act of taking part. Now, which committee recommended that the voting photo identity card should be arranged? वोटर आईडी कार्ड होना चाहिए भैया. किसने बोला था? VID. दिनेश गोस्वामी कमेटी, तारकुंडे कमेटी, इंद्रजीत गुप्ता कमेटी और के संथानम कमेटी. बताओ, 3 सेकंड है तुम्हारे पास. हो गए 3 सेकंड. What is the right answer? The correct answer to the question is, no, you are wrong. The correct answer is option A, दिनेश गोस्वामी कमेटी. रट लेना भैया, याद कर लेना. पूरे 100 क्वेश्चंस आएंगे इसके यूनिट 10 के, और भी आएंगे 50-50 के पार्ट में. वेट फॉर द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. ऑल राइट, नाउ लेट अस गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. हु प्रपोज्ड, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, हु प्रपोज्ड द मर्जर ऑफ फाइनेंस कमीशन? हु प्रपोज्ड द मर्जर ऑफ फाइनेंस कमीशन एंड प्लानिंग कमीशन? हु प्रपोज्ड द मर्जर ऑफ फाइनेंस कमीशन एंड प्लानिंग कमीशन? किसने प्रपोज किया था? इस लड़की को नहीं, फाइनेंस कमीशन और प्लानिंग कमीशन को मर्ज करने का प्रपोजल किसने दिया था? डी बसु ने दिया था, कि बालचंद्र गोस्वामी ने दिया था, कि MV माथुर ने दिया था, कि आशुतोष पांडे ने दिया था? तुम्हारा सरनेम पांडे होगा तो पांडे मत लगा देना, गोस्वामी तो गोस्वामी लगा दो. सुनो, डी बसु. डी बसु एक और चीज के लिए जाने जाते हैं. एक बहुत अच्छी बुक आती है, UPSC वाले पढ़ते हैं पॉलिटी की, डी बसु, इंडियन पॉलिटी. I don't know if this DD Basu is same as that DD Basu. All right, the correct answer to the question is MV माथुर. माथुर साहब ने रिकमेंड किया था कि भैया फाइनेंस कमीशन, प्लानिंग कमीशन को मर्ज कर दो. ठीक है. मूविंग ऑन टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नोट कर जाना, वन लाइनर में अगर नोट कर सकते हो तो नोट कर लेना, वरना वीडियो तो पड़ा ही हुआ है. The Vigilance Commission developed Integrity Index Development Program with whom? Now this is very good question. Very good. ये very good मेरे लिए था. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन बनाया सर आपने. Vigilance Commission developed Integrity Index Development Program with which of the following? IIT Bombay, IIM इंदौर. अब ये मत सोचना ये MPPSC में आया है तो IIM इंदौर ही आंसर होगा. ठीक है. ऐसे पिछले प्रीलिम्स में एक पेंगुलिन पे क्वेश्चन आया था, बच्चे ने बोला सर एमपीपीएससी का है, मध्य प्रदेश ऑप्शन में था तो मध्य प्रदेश लगा दिए, और वास्तव में मध्य प्रदेश सही आंसर लिखना। शिवराज सिंह जी चौहान जी ने कभी ट्वीट किया था, हर बार ऐसा नहीं, जरूरी नहीं कि हर बार एमपीपीएससी में मध्य प्रदेश ऑप्शन में तो इंदौर है तो नोएडा लगा दो। आईआईटी बॉम्बे, आईआईएम इंदौर, आईआईएम अहमदाबाद, नीति आयोग। द करेक्ट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज विजिलेंस कमीशन डेवलप्ड इंटीग्रिटी इंडेक्स डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम विथ आईआईएम अहमदाबाद। Correct. Now let's move on to next question. For how many years are the president and members of NGT are appointed? What is this NGT? What is this NGT? Non-governmental tax? नहीं. National Green Tribunal. For how many years the president and members are appointed? 5 year, 4 year, 3 year, 6 year. What is the answer? The correct answer to the question is no. Again, you are wrong. The correct answer is 5 years. For 5 years, the members and president of NGTs are appointed. Now, moving on to next questions. Now again, if you are looking this, we deal only with English medium MPPSC guidance classes, pre, mains and test series. If you are thinking about doing MPPSC from English medium, if you have reached Indore somehow and if you are wondering where should I join, if I should go this magnum opus or should I go that magnum opus, don't worry. Ask your friend where Civil Panda is and you will find us. All right. नहीं, बिटवीन द लाइन कुछ नहीं समझना था, बस इतना ही बोलना था। ऑल राइट, मूविंग ऑन टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 27, चेयरमैन और मेंबर्स ऑफ द चाइल्ड प्रोटेक्शन कमीशन गिव देयर रेजिग्नेशन टू। भैया गुस्सा किसको रेजिग्नेशन देते हो तुम घर में? मम्मी बोला मम्मी स्कूल नहीं जाएंगे, फिर मम्मी पापा के पास फॉरवर्ड कर देती हैं, तब जाना पड़ता है। लेकिन यहाँ पे बताओ, चेयरमैन और मेंबर्स ऑफ द चाइल्ड प्रोटेक्शन कमीशन गिव देयर रेजिग्नेशन। नाउ लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग, चाइल्ड प्रोटेक्शन कमीशन, व्हेनेवर यू, एक ट्रिक है, ट्रिक क्या है, नॉर्मल कॉमन सेंस कह सकते हो, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी नहीं है कोई, ठीक है, कोई स्टैट्यूटरी कमीशन समथिंग लाइक दैट, तो भैया ऐसा है कि किसको देंगे? इफ इट इज अ स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी नॉट अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी, ज्यादातर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को ही अपना रेजिग्नेशन देते हैं। द करेक्ट आंसर वुड बी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। डी, चेयरमैन और द मेंबर्स ऑफ द चाइल्ड प्रोटेक्शन कमीशन गिव देयर रेजिग्नेशन टू सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। वेरी गुड, मूविंग ऑन टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। चलो भैया, the recommendation of 15th finance commission were given during, अब ये देखो सर, ये कैसा क्वेश्चन बना दिया आपने? भैया बिल्कुल लॉजिकल क्वेश्चन बना है। 15th फाइनेंस कमीशन पढ़ लिए होगे, और 15th फाइनेंस कमीशन कब बनी, किस टाइम पीरियड में बनी? तो सर लेटेस्ट है, तो लेटेस्ट कौन सा है? डेट आ जाता है कभी कभी, एंड यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग अबाउट इफ इट इज आस्क्ड इन एग्जामिनेशन, यू मस्ट नो। 15, 18, 20, 25, 21, 26, 19, 23। The correct answer to this is option C, 2019 to 2023. The recommendation of 15 finance commission were given during this time period. Your correct option is option C. Now, moving on to next question. The Lokayukt of MP, ध्यान देना, important. The Lokayukt of MP does not have power of investigation against which of the following? Chief Minister, Council of Minister, Lok Sevak, Speaker of Legislative Assembly. Who is the current Speaker of Legislative Assembly of Madhya Pradesh? Anyone? Who is the current Speaker of Legislative Assembly of MP? Is it Girish Gautam, if I am not right? Yes, is it Girish Gautam? My name is Ritikesh Gautam and we come from same area and I happen to know him. Everyone knows him. Everyone from my region now knows him. Whoever is from that area now, everyone says he is my uncle, he is my grandfather, he is my dad, he is my, everyone knows him now. All right. Speaker of Lok Sabha. Lokayukt of MP does not have power to investigate against Speaker of Lok Sabha. Then he can investigate against Chief Minister, Council of Minister, Lok Sevak, but not for the Speaker of Legislative Assembly. Lokayukt of MP does not have that power. All right. ऐसे ही होता है, जब तुम सक्सेसफुल हो जाओगे तब फोन लगा के बोलेंगे तो मेरा दोस्त था भाई, क्या पढ़ता था, एकदम कुर्सी टूट जाती थी 1 महीने में। अगर कुछ नहीं बने तो कोई नहीं पूछेगा, दैट इज रियलिटी। सेकंड बैकवर्ड क्लास प्रेसिडेंट बीपी मंडल साहब, मंडल कमीशन याद आया कुछ, काका केलकर कमीशन. Second backward class president BP Mandal have been the chief minister of which state? Very good question, sir. मेरे लिए था. Second backward class president BP Mandal had been the chief minister of which of the following state? खबरदार जो गलती से भी मध्य प्रदेश लगा के आ गया एमपीपीएससी के एग्जाम में, ठीक है, यहाँ वो लॉजिक नहीं लगेगा कि एमपीपीएससी एग्जाम है तो एमपी लगा देते हैं. उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, मध्य प्रदेश, उड़ीसा. ऑप्शन ए बी सी डी. द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस ऑप्शन इज उड़ीसा नहीं, उत्तर प्रदेश नहीं, मध्य प्रदेश तो है ही गलत. ऑप्शन सी बिहार. He was, if I am not wrong, you can check it. He was the 7th chief minister of Bihar. You can Google it. I'm not sure if I'm wrong. He was around 7th chief minister of Bihar. Now, moving on to next question. बोर तो नहीं हो गए भैया? सह लो थोड़ा सा, उसके बाद फिर तो सिलेक्शन के बाद. चलिए. All right. Question number 31. How many chapters are there in National Commission for Women Act 1990? Now if you must have think, sir क्या क्वेश्चन बना दिया आप, लेकिन क्या करें, एमपीपीएससी है, वो एमपीपीएससी है, वो कुछ भी कर सकती है, ठीक है, वो एमपीपीएससी है, वो कुछ भी कर सकती है, वही वाला क्वेश्चन ही बना सकती है. Can't do anything about it. बाद में हड़ताल करना पड़ेगा तुमको, ये वाला क्वेश्चन काहे दे दिए थे, कुछ नहीं होगा उसमें भी, गर्मी बहुत है, कोई नहीं जाएगा आजकल. तो इसका सिलेक्शन होगा, बैठ के पढ़ रहा है, हड़ताल करने नहीं जाता, तुम भी नहीं जा पाओगे. How many chapters are there in National Commission for Women Act 1990? देखो ऐसा है, there are around 5 chapters. चेक कर लेना. हमें ये भी नहीं बोल रहा कि क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छा आएगा, लेकिन आ गया तो क्या कर सकते हैं, तो उसके लिए पढ़ना जरूरी है, इसीलिए एक बार देख लेते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. MP Women Commission has the powers as civil court, criminal court, both, none. See, Women Commission is a very strong body. Let me tell you, it has the power of both civil court as well as criminal court. So the answer is option C. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 33. Which of the following has not been the president of National Human Rights Commission? देखो इन सारे क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करने का सीधा सा फंडा ये है, अपने टेबल जहां तुम पढ़ते हो उसके सामने एक लिस्ट लगाओ, एनएचआरसी, वुमेन कमीशन, एक लिस्ट प्रिंट आउट करवा के लगवा लो, उसको रटना नहीं है, डेली 2 से 3 बार बस उस लिस्ट को पढ़ते जाना है. एग्जाम तक में वो ऑटोमेटिकली इन योर सबकॉन्शियस माइंड दोस नेम्स विल बी रजिस्टर्ड, एंड द मोमेंट यू विल सी सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस की हु अमंग द नॉट इज नॉट अ मेंबर, यू विल बी एबल टू आंसर. नाउ, रंगनाथ मिश्रा, एमएन वेंकट चिलिया, एएस आनंद, एसएस कांग. द करेक्ट आंसर इज Rangnath Mishra, yes, was the chairman, president. M.N. Venkatchalia was the president. A.S. Anand was the correct answer is option C. S.S. Kang was not the president of NHRC. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 34. All right. Who among the following has not been the president of National Women's Commission? President or chairman, or same thing. Who among the following has not been the president or chairman of National Women's Commission? Vibha Parthasarathy, Jayanti Patnaik. Jayanti Patnaik is quite famous. Everyone knows. Yes, she was. P. Mohini Giri, Alka Sirohi. The correct answer is option B. Alka Sirohi was not the chairman of National Women's Rights Commission. All right. Next. Question number 35. When was the Universal Declaration of Human Rights adopted by United Nations General Assembly? When was the Universal Declaration of Human Rights adopted by United Nations General Assembly? Is it 8 December 1948 or option B 11th December 1948, option C 9th December 1948 or option D? The correct answer to this question is no, you are right, option D 10th December 1948. Moving on to next question. All right, question number 36. On which day is the International Day of Child Rights celebrated? Important question, remember it. Very good question. On which day is the International Day of Child Rights is celebrated? 20th November, 1st of January, 14th of September or 4th of October? I'll give you time to think. 3, 2, 1, time's up. The correct answer to this question is option A. 20th November we celebrate International Day of Child Rights. Now, Moving on to next question, question number 37. All right. Which of the following has not been the Chief Information Commissioner of MP? Surendra Singh, TP Tiwari, Iqbal Ahmed, KD Khan. Let me tell you, Surendra Singh, yes, he was the Chief Information Commissioner of MP. Iqbal Ahmed also, KD Khan also. Now, the time, what option is left? TP Tiwari was not the chief election. Now, again, in all these kinds of questions, prepare a list, make a list, paste that list in front of your study table or your flat or your hostel, wherever you live. रटना नहीं है, डेली एक दो बार ऐसे, चलो आज एक बार निकले तो एनएचआरसी देख लेते हैं, रीड कर लिए, दूसरा देखे तो कुछ रीड कर लिए, रीड कर जाओ, सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में ऑटोमेटिकली चीजें बैठ जाती हैं, बैठ जाएंगी. डू नॉट टेक टेंशन. नाउ नेक्स्ट, द वीवीपैट मशीन was first used in the assembly elections of which state of India? त्रिपुरा, नागालैंड, मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़. फिर से बोल रहा हूं, एमपीपीएससी में आया है तो मध्य प्रदेश ऑप्शन में है, तो मध्य प्रदेश लगा के नहीं चले आना है. हो सकता है पिछली बार की तरह सही हो जाए, पेंगोलिन वाला क्वेश्चन, बट हमेशा नहीं होता. नाउ द वीवीपैट मशीन फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम यूज्ड इन, यस यू आर रॉन्ग, द करेक्ट आंसर इज बी, नागालैंड. इट वाज फर्स्ट यूटिलाइज्ड इन नागालैंड. Let us move to the next question. Under which article is the appointment under which article is the appointment and tenure of chairman and member of UPSC is described? 315, 317, 316 or 318? The correct answer to the question is option B, article 316. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 40. All right. An appeal can be made against National Green Tribunal. An appeal can be made against National Green Tribunal Authority. कहाँ जाओगे? हाई कोर्ट जाओगे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाओगे, दोनों जगह जा सकते हो या कहीं नहीं. अगर एनजीटी ने, नेशनल ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल अथॉरिटी ने कोई एक डिसीजन पास कर दिया है, कैन यू गो एनी अपेक्स अथॉरिटी देन दैट? यस, यू कैन मूव टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. नाउ पॉइंट टू रिमेंबर, इफ यू आर not satisfied with the decision of NGT, yes, you can move to the Supreme Court of India within 90 days. Remember, this question has been already asked in MPPSC. Important. Within 90 days, you can move to the Supreme Court. All right. Moving on to next question. Question number 41. First President of National Commission on Scheduled Tribe, Pawar Singh Tekam, is related to which district of MP? Good question. First President of NCST, Pawar Singh Tekam, is related to which district of Madhya Pradesh? Is it Seedhi? Is it Sahdol? Is it Singrauli, the energy capital of MP? Put it, energy capital of MP, Singrauli. Or is it Mandala? कई बार होता है तुमको क्वेश्चन नहीं आ रहा है, अगर ऑप्शन में तुम्हारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट है तो अपना डिस्ट्रिक्ट लगा के नहीं चले आना है. ठीक है, देख लेते क्या पता यही निकल जाए. The correct answer to the question is Seedhi से थे. Seedhi recently has been in news for some time. Why? Some tunnel, some underground tunnel, under mountain tunnel, roadways. Try to find about it. Seedhi has been in news, and why? For all the good reasons, of course. Now, question number 42. The recommendation of Mandal Commission. Now, my favorite question. The recommendation of Mandal Commission were implemented during the tenure of which Prime Minister? See, these days MPPSC has been developing the habit of asking this type of question. That this commission was under which Prime Minister of India? This Speaker of Assembly was also Chief Minister or Governor of which state? So this type of question you should prepare. The recommendation of Mandal Commission were implemented during which tenure of which Prime Minister? It is Rajiv Gandhi, is it Chandrasekhar, is it Vishwanath Pratap Singh, VP Singh or Morarji Desai? Option A, B, C, D. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. The correct answer is VP Singh. Alright, moving on to next question. Which of the following is not पे पहली लगा देना, not a constitutional body? अब ये गलत नहीं होना चाहिए तुम्हारा, ठीक है. इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया, हाँ भैया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है. फाइनेंस कमीशन बिल्कुल है, आर्टिकल 280 में 100%. नेक्स्ट, National Backward Class Commission. Yes. Article 338 capital B, 102nd Amendment Act, constitutional body. बचा क्या? National Commission for Women. It is not a constitutional body, rather it is a statutory body. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 44. The chairman and either member of NGT submit their resignation to, थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने कुछ बताया था, to the president, to the central government, to the chief justice of the Supreme Court, Minister of Environment and Forest. The members and chairperson of NGT submits their resignation to whom? You may think that it is a president, but since NGT is a statutory body created by an act of parliament, they are liable, obliged to submit their resignation to central government and not to the president. The correct answer is option B. They will submit their resignation to central government. Now, moving on to next question. Question number 45. In which of the following case, Supreme Court ordered protection of human rights? Golaknath versus State of Punjab, Madhav versus State of Madhya Pradesh, Hiko versus State of Maharashtra, Prem Shankar versus Delhi administration. You might have came across this kind of question for the first time, and that is the reason why this question has been put here. Now, in which of the following cases Supreme Court ordered protection of human rights? I'll let you know the answer. The correct answer to this question is Prem Shankar versus Delhi administration. Now, it is your homework to find out why in this case, after prelims, of course, not now. Don't waste your time. Now, moving on to next questions. Question number 46. Right to information is taken from which country? ये क्वेश्चन गलत नहीं होना चाहिए, वरना फिर गलत हो जाएगा. ये क्वेश्चन सही होना चाहिए तुम्हारा. Right to information is taken from which country? Is it America, Britain, New Zealand or Sweden? क्या यार, इतना है तो इजी है. ऑप्शन ए, स्वीडन. राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन. सर आप पढ़ा रहे हो, आपको पता है, आप ही पेपर बनाए होगे तो आपके लिए इजी है. नहीं, वैसे भी इजी है. सीरियसली थोड़ा बहुत सिंसियरिटी के साथ पढ़े होते, क्वेश्चन तुमको पता होता है ना. गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर देखे हो ना, तो कहाँ से पढ़े थे. ठीक है, राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन, स्वीडन. मूविंग ऑन टू नेक्स्ट वन. Who of the following is not part of committee to select Central Vigilance Commission? Home Minister, Leader of Opposition of Lok Sabha, Prime Minister of India, Leader of Opposition of the Rajya Sabha. Now let me tell you one of the very important thing. दिमाग में रखना कि whenever in the option you have been asked कि भैया इसमें से कौन नहीं है कमिटी में, अगर वहां पे प्राइम मिनिस्टर प्रेजेंट है, अगर वहां पे होम मिनिस्टर प्रेजेंट है, अगर वहां पे लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन लोकसभा का प्रेजेंट है, तो ये तीनों होंगे ही होंगे. बहुत इंटेलिजेंट गेस कर सकते हो तुम कि भैया लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन ऑफ राज्यसभा ही होगा. ठीक है. द कमिटी विच सिलेक्ट सीवीसी, उसमें होते हैं तुम्हारे होम मिनिस्टर, लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन ऑफ लोकसभा और प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया. लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन ऑफ राज्यसभा नहीं होते हैं इन अ कमिटी विच सिलेक्ट सीवीसी, सेंट्रल विजिलेंस कमिश्नर. Are you getting my point? All right. Moving on to next question. Question number 48. Who was the first CVC of India? Who was the first CVC of India? शरद कुमार, नित्तूर श्रीनिवास राव, NS राव, TU विजयशेखरन, BK आचार्य. Option A, option B, option C, option D. I'm giving you 3 seconds to think about it. Think. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. The correct answer to the question is NS Rao. Nittur Srinivas Rao served as first CVC, Chief Vigilance Commissioner of India. Moving on to next. The chairperson of NGT. Now NGT पे questions repeat हो गए again. Why? Because NGT is an important topic. अगर एनजीटी के डिसीजन से सेटिस्फाइड नहीं हो तो अपील करने कहां जाओगे? सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाओगे. कितने दिन के अंदर जाओगे? 90 दिन के अंदर जाओगे, ठीक है। ये एनजीटी के चेयरपर्सन और मेंबर कितने टाइम के लिए ऑफिस होल्ड करते हैं भैया? 5 साल के लिए करते हैं। रेजिग्नेशन किसको देते हैं? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को देते हैं। नाउ द चेयरपर्सन ऑफ एनजीटी कौन होता है? रिटायर्ड जज ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट, रिटायर्ड जज ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर होता है कि एक्टिंग हाई कोर्ट जज होता है? अब इसको एक्टिंग हाई कोर्ट तो होगा नहीं, बचते बाकी के 3। द करेक्ट आंसर इज, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, द रिटायर्ड जज ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज चेयरपर्सन ऑफ एनजीटी। एम आई क्लियर? नाउ लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द डे, उसके बाद बाकी के अगले 50 क्वेश्चन वीडियो के सेकंड पार्ट में करेंगे। ऑलराइट, द फर्स्ट चेयरपर्सन ऑफ नेशनल ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल वाज, वेरी गुड, द फर्स्ट चेयरपर्सन ऑफ नेशनल ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल वाज जस्टिस एस नायडू, जस्टिस एलएस नाता, जस्टिस मार्कंडे काजू, and D, Justice A.K. Ganguly. The correct answer to the question is yes. No, you are wrong. Justice Markande Kaju was the first chairperson of National Green Tribunal. So I hope this video have been helpful for you. In the next video, in the part second, we will furthermore discuss next 50 questions. एंड उसके बाद सारे सब्जेक्ट, सारे यूनिट वाइज के जो एमसीक्यूज हैं वो हम सिविल पांडा यूट्यूब चैनल पे अपलोड करते रहेंगे। एंड आई होप आप सबको इससे बहुत मदद मिले एंड इट विल बी हेल्पफुल फॉर योर प्रिपरेशन। टिल देन, माय नेम इज ऋतिकेश गौतम एंड यू आर वाचिंग यूट्यूब चैनल ऑफ सिविल पांडा, एन एक्सक्लूसिव इंग्लिश मीडियम कोचिंग फॉर MPPSC in Indore. Have a blast.